Okay, we're live.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. We're excited to start the sugar detox on Monday.
Yep.
So today is prep day 2. And a couple housekeeping things is we just need to make sure you're getting our emails because we are sending them if you registered for the sugar detox. And if you did not register, we have, I think, a pinned post.
Yes.
We have a post in there and it has the link. And if you can't find it, just message us and we'll send you the link to register, because you do need to register, because there you get an email every single day and we send you the sugar guide, which we should have had that in over here. Where's the sugar guide?
I'll run go get it. You keep talking.
We're going to get it. You get a sugar guide, which is really awesome. It has lots of great information in it. It has a meal plan template. It has some meal ideas. It has a little thing for you to journal in. It's just got lots of great information in it.
So good. And here, there's some of them.
It's just like really good. We're going to entice you with this thing because it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's what it's a piece of equipment.
Dawn
here
did a really nice job.
Oh, it was so exciting. The more we found, the more we wanted to share. So we had to say, hey, we need to do this. We need to tell them that. We need to make sure we know that. And we do this.
A lot of great info.
It's like you trying to brain dump all your good information onto a sheet of paper. So we do have this one really cool page that we're going to set separately in the files under the guides in the group, so that you can just print that one out. And then a little journal page, because we need to write down what we're eating, what we're doing, how we're feeling. And that's exciting. And then we develop a meal plan. And within there,
so we have all kinds of ideas for you.
Top picks.
Yes. And then there's
how to make the meal plan, which I thought was interesting when we did it.
Of your meal plans. And then there's some recipes in here. And then there's actually a meal plan template for you.
And that's one you can print out too and just write on. Stick in your fridge.
We're going to be posting that later this week in the group. And if you are able to watch us live, let us know in the comments. Just tell us where you're from, where you're watching live from, and did you sign up and register? Because if not, message us and we will send you the link. There's still time, but this is an awesome guide. We have lots of great information. And today we want to talk about ingredients versus label. So like, how do you know what to look at and how do you even read stuff? So that's the first thing we're going to talk about.
Well, don't you just look at the front of the package?
No. Now the problem here is I don't have a bunch of bad junk in my house. So I don't really have anything to kind of show you, but this is an example. When you go and you look at things, they are just trying to get you to buy stuff. General Mills, Kellogg's, all those big name brands, they don't care about your health. They just want you to buy their product. So on the front, they'll often say things like, oh, it's natural. Oh, it's what else do they say? Like natural, is
healthy,
right?
And they'll say, no high fructose corn syrup, but then there's other stuff.
Yeah, but then there's other things in there. So whenever I go and look at something, like even if it's just chicken broth, I don't even bother wasting my time looking at the front. I immediately turn it to the ingredients and I find the ingredients. Now I know a lot of people start with the label, but I don't exactly do that, and I'm going to tell you why. One reason is because a lot of times people start with the label and they'll say, oh, it has all this fat in it. But if it's a healthy fat, in my opinion, I don't care that it has all that fat if it's a healthy fat, right?
Or it's got too many calories, which also same thing.
See, that's another thing, exactly, because calories are not equal. You can have, like, I've worked with people that, I'm eating this 70 calorie little snack thing. But when you read the ingredients on this 70 calorie snack thing, it's all a bunch of junk. Right. And like, I wouldn't eat that. I don't care how little calories it has. So what the goal here is to get you to understand that all calories aren't created equal. All fat's not created equal. And it really matters what type of stuff you're putting in your body.
And where you find them is in this list and how they're listed.
So whatever they have first is supposed to be the most thing that's in there. So if the first ingredient is sugar, that tells you it has a lot of sugar. And as it goes through the ingredients, there's less and less and less of it. So one reason I'm picking the broth, because number one, I don't have a bunch of junk in my house because I've been doing this for years and years and years, right?
Last video, we had to stop by the convenience store to get the stuff.
To get stuff, yeah, because we don't have that. But the thing with the broth is they put sugar in broth. Now, if you made this homemade, you probably wouldn't put sugar in it. but they do. And that's why you need to read the ingredients. Okay. So you're just going to go to the ingredients, and what are you looking for? You're looking for things that you understand, because if you understand it, your body probably understands it. If it's some big name and you can't even pronounce it, I guarantee your body doesn't even know what it is. And that's probably going to get stored in your fat cells, not where you want it to be. So when you read stuff, it says like organic chicken stock, organic vegetable broth, organic carrots, organic celery, organic onions, blah, blah, blah. Okay. That's basically like, those are all things I understand. Okay. So that's just your goal. Read the ingredients. If it has like this many ingredients, you don't necessarily want it. I mean, if it says like, everything that you can read, like carrots, celery, I don't know, vegetables, fruits, whatever.
And then there's
it's
10
okay.
you can't understand.
Yeah, put it back on the shelf. But if it's all stuff you can understand, then that's something like I would buy. Okay. The last thing you can do is then you can look at your label and see what the label says, because that can be helpful. Because we want to look at, when it says added sugar, you still want to be aware of like, well, what kind of sugar is it? Because that matters too.
That's the most important thing.
Right. So like when you're buying your granola, she's like looked at granola for her husband. If you have 11 added sugar compared to 6 added sugar, you probably want.
And if the ingredients are the same and we're trying to go for less, we go with the one that has the less added sugar.
Right. But you want to also look at like what kind of sugar is in there. So that's a big thing too. So here's another like example. This is a brand.
Some of our favorites.
Yes, our favorites. They have cookies, they have chips, they have all kinds of stuff. And they have way better ingredients. So when you look at the ingredient list, right, it says that it has 6 total sugars is 6, includes 6 added sugars. But when I look at what kind of sugar it is, it's coconut sugar. Okay. And it's kind of in the middle of the list. It's not the first thing. And all the ingredients, like you can understand it. Like this uses almond flour, cassava flour, arrowroot as the flours, because these are all gluten-free.
Apple cider.
Apple cider vinegar, avocado oil, sea salt, cinnamon, baking soda,
orange peel
powder, vanilla extract. So everything I understand. Okay. So this would be a better option, because for the challenge, you can go cold turkey and totally get rid of all the sugar, or you can ease into it. It's kind of your choice.
Right.
Okay. So don't think like, oh my God, detox terrifies me and I can't do this. It is your choice.
Yep.
So that's basically what I look at. I usually just kind of look at the ingredients, and if it has ingredients that I'm okay with and sugar is not the first ingredient, then it's something that I would buy.
And what about serving size?
You have to look at your serving size. That's a good point. So like for these, I can eat like 5 of these cookies, and that's 6 grams of sugar. I never eat 5 of these. I usually just eat 2 if I have them with like my coffee or something. But you do need to look at that, because if you buy those kombuchas, which can be good for you, a lot of times that's half the bottle. So it'll have maybe 4, 5, 6 grams of sugar, but it's half the bottle, not the whole bottle. So you want to be aware of that.
When I finally realized that, now I only pour a half a kombucha bottle at night for my drink instead of twice.
Yeah. My husband and I usually split it. Other things are like, crackers. Like, who doesn't love a cracker, right? Because it's great to say, let's eat all whole foods, but most of us can't just eat whole foods, right? Which is just like your healthy protein.
We love the crunch too much.
Yes, we like different, you like things. So I'm always looking for better options. That's always on my radar. And that's what I like to share with people, because, you can eat Ritz crackers or you can eat these. And these are actually really good. And when you look at the ingredients, it's all stuff that you understand and have heard of. I'm trying to do it so you can see it.
I wonder if it's backwards for them.
It might
read that?
I don't know. It might be. But it's nut and seed flour. So they use almond flour, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, tapioca starch, cassava flour, organic sunflower oil, sea salt, onion, garlic, rosemary extract. So it's all stuff I understand. And again, like this has no added sugars in it. And again, you could have 17 crackers, which isn't a bad amount. And these are really good. They go great with all sorts of things. But the thing you want to realize is that even though it has good ingredients, it's still processed. Okay. So even good ingredients is still a processed food.
Yeah. We need to remember that processed foods, that's what that means. And so that means they're not in their natural state anymore. Doesn't mean they're bad ingredients. It just means that they've been put through some sort of process. And so when it comes to going for a detox of sugar in your diet, then what you want to have is the least amount of processed sugar in your diet as possible. So for me, I don't know whether I'm going to go cold turkey next week or not. I will probably allow myself to have honey, and I'll probably allow myself to have a little bit of stevia because I always put a drop of that in my coffee. But beyond that, I'm going to not have any granulated sugar, which is processed. Even brown sugar is processed.
Right. So she's talking about like the white sugar.
White sugars, yeah.
Because those, as you'll learn, we talk about that in the guide. There's a little section on that as well. But
very much so, to teach you exactly all the different kinds of sugars there are. That's really important. So when you're looking at the ingredients, you know what you're looking at.
Right. So all those are processed. And they function different. They work differently in your body. Because when I was going through my journey, I realized that if I had white sugar, I would get bloated almost immediately, but that doesn't happen if I have coconut sugar. So if I eat these cookies compared to your normal everyday American cookies with the white sugar, like it feels different in my body.
For me, it's headache. I get headache the next day if I have too much like icing, something like that.
Yeah, because it's just all bad sugar for you. So natural sugars, you know, like coconut sugar, honey, maple syrup, that you'll probably notice that feels different in your body.
Right.
I've got some notes too. So the other thing you might want to do is Google some of the things that you read on ingredients to see what they are, because you'll be a little bit surprised that some of these things you're going to ask, why is this in my food? When you go and you Google it, like, why is that even in my food? Like I used to know what all those things are, but I haven't kind of been, there's like BHT or something. There's all this weird junk. Also things you want to know that when it says enriched flour, they've basically taken all the nutrition out of it and then they're adding it back in.
That is the definition of process.
So, and your body doesn't understand that as well. Yeah. Like if you just eat the whole fruit or the whole, you know, if you could get actually good wheat flour that hadn't been totally messed up like our wheat has.
Right. I mean, it's been chemically altered. That's what's really going on, is that
it's been hybridized and that kind of stuff. But so enriched wheat flour, like that's not really good for you, because we're also going to do a video next week talking about sugar versus carbs and kind of how that works. But you just want to know that that's not something good for you. So always look at your ingredient list. You want to look there before you look at the label, because again, you know, it can tell you it has tons of fat or tons of this or that, but if it's a good quality, it really doesn't matter.
The teaspoons, that's good.
Yeah. So then also you just want to know that your body understands things that have no ingredients. So an apple, chicken, celery, your body knows what to do with that, and they don't have an ingredient label. So you want to eat as much of those types of foods as possible.
With no label at all.
Yes. So even an apple, your body understands what to do with an apple. And even though an apple has sugar, it has fiber that cuts the sugar absorption down. And so it's a whole different ballgame. Yeah. It's not like spiking your sugar like if you eat the donut. Okay. So you want to understand that.
Okay, you have to raise your hand if you're going to say for 5 days next week, no donuts.
I don't eat donuts. I don't eat donuts.
Only when I'm tempted. And now they've got the apple cider donuts out and all the pumpkin muffin ones.
Oh, yeah, they have all that stuff.
You know, everybody just needs to get over Halloween and the candy and everything that we've been through. And we need to start afresh so that we can hit these holidays with great success, because that's what happens. It just kind of starts to cascade in us. And what we want to do is create this detox now and give us a leg up for all the holidays that are coming, all those parties, all those dinners, all those quick meals on the run. And so then in January, we're not kicking ourselves down the street. We've done a good job, and we've done a better job than we otherwise would have. So we're so excited about getting started with this detox with you guys.
Yeah. So the other piece of it is just to kind of, you know, as you go through the 5 days, we're going to talk about goals as well, but kind of decide what your goal is. Are you going to go cold turkey? Are you just going to become more aware of what you're doing? Because that's really our reason for doing this, is so that you understand, like, how much sugar are you eating? Make sure you check out our video where we actually measured out the sugar, because that really is an eye opener. So check that video out. And, you know, we just want you to become aware of how much are you eating, and how can you improve? So that's really the goal of it. We're also going to be giving you some healthier breakfast ideas. So we're going to be giving you some recipes. We'll also have a bonus PDF that has healthier sweet treats, because as I went through my journey, I couldn't just like totally give up sweets altogether, right? So I started learning what are the better sweeteners like coconut sugar, honey, maple syrup, and how can I make things so that I can have a cookie if I want
Right.
to. And so we have some really great recipes. So these aren't recipes where, it tastes terrible, because I think that used to be the case, but
Yeah,
it's
no.
not how it is now. But definitely comment below like how you're doing so far. Did you get the sugar guide? Are you having trouble finding it? Is there anything else we can help you with? And then if you have questions, like there's certain things you want to know.
Right, for sure.
Yeah,
Drop it in the
definitely.
comments.
Yeah, put
We
in
are
the
available
comments.
from now till this thing is over. We are available. We're looking forward to hearing from all of you.
Yeah, so let us know, because if we know about, if we can answer your question or if we have experience in it, then we will share that with you. So we look forward to seeing you, and we will see you on Monday.
Monday.
Monday's our next live. Is that the one we're talking about?
November 6th.
Sugar versus carbs.
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
to talk about carbs. What are they? And I think it's a great conversation. I mean, even during,
And how do they
it's
work
great.
in your body?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that on Monday, and we look forward to seeing you. So if you are watching the replay, hit hashtag
Definitely.
replay, let us know and tell us where you're from. And we'll also have an intro post, I think, coming tomorrow. Yeah, coming tomorrow. So you can introduce yourself so we can kind of get to know each other. But we look forward to talking to you and seeing you next week. Bye.